Hi guys, hope you're well and eating good. Today I have for you this delicious, easy, amazing fried rice recipe. Takes no time at all, so let's get right in. First thing you're going to need is some old rice. At least 2 days, preferably. Cook this rice 2 days ago if you want to make the recipe today. Honestly, I can't stress this enough. I will have all the information in my blog post, but please use old rice. It absorbs the flavor better, it's drier. Just don't use fresh rice. Then you're going to need some dark soy. This is for color. I did forget to put the light soy in here, so I'll do that now. For seasoning, so light and dark soy, and then some sesame oil. I always use sesame oil in my Asian recipes. Please try to get some. If not, you can just use vegetable oil, but I do recommend sesame oil, okay? And then we're also going to need a bit of salt. I use pink Himalayan salt from Prozzies. You can obviously use what you have, but click the link down below. Get some Himalayan salt. It's good for you, okay? Then seasonings. I'm going to use some garlic powder. I just think it's easier to add, much cheaper. It's in the cupboard. You don't have to do this. It's really up to you. Fresh garlic, meh, I wouldn't use it. And then some black pepper, all to taste, of course. And then another very important ingredient is spring onions. Now, you can get this anywhere. You could just use white onion, but spring onions is what gives it that Asian flavor. So please try to get your hands on this, or some chives. Just get your hands on some spring onions, okay? Then I'm going to add some peas. This is optional. You can add like pork or prawns or carrots. It's up to you. I just wanted a bit of peas, okay? This is vegan, so let's keep it vegan. And then I'm going to add a little bit of sugar for balance, like I do with all my recipes. It's for balance. And then some chili that I found in the fridge because I add a bit of vibrancy and deliciousness. Let's get in. So in a wok, pan, whatever you want to use, I'm going to add a bit of sesame oil. And when that's heated up, I'm then going to add in the spring onions. I add in half because I'm going to add the rest of it later for more freshness. But this is to kind of soften some a bit. Okay, so stir fry that a bit. Add in my chilies. If you're not using chilies, you don't have to use them. You know, this recipe is really about what's in your fridge. So I was hand on heart clearing out my fridge. Like the spring onions were wilted a bit. I just cut them up. Don't feel pressured to buy new ingredients apart from the spring onions because you need those. Then I'm going to add in the old rice. I wish you could kind of like feel this rice. It's quite hard and that's what you want. Reason being is because if it's too soft or fresh or hot, it won't absorb the flavor. So, you know, we're using wet ingredients like soy sauce and things like that. You don't want to add more wet to something that's already wet. And if the rice is cold, it's much better, okay? Because you can bring it up to heat and then re-season it. So please, guys, try to make the rice yesterday, okay? So most of this part is about breaking down those grains that might be clumped together, you know, heating up the rice. Just keep it moving, keep everything moving, press down some parts, you know, all those clumps, you want to just get rid of them, and just keep patting it around. I kind of spread it around the wok and just keep it moving, okay? It's really like super simple. This recipe takes no time at all, honestly, and I feel if you have some rice at home, some onion, some seasonings, which are my pantry essentials, then you can easily make this. Make sure you turn down the heat, by the way. You don't want it too hot so it doesn't burn. Okay, so now we're going to add this seasoning because it's going to help us soften that rice a bit. So I add a bit of light soy, which, yeah, I say it's for seasoning as well, but it's actually going to create steam. And then I add a pinch of salt because my rice was not seasoned. I used it for a different dish. And then some dark soy sauce, which is for color, so not too much. Don't be heavy-handed. I know what I'm doing here. Everything will be in my blog post, all the measurements. Then I add some peas. I did kind of put too many peas, but I love peas, so whatever. You can use carrots or sweet corn. It's really up to you. And yeah, you just want to stir it, and you can see that steam coming up. That's from the soy and things. You don't need to add like water or stuff like that. You want to just keep mixing it and like defrosting those peas because mine were frozen. And then I'm going to add in the garlic granules. I just like the flavor this gives. It's so optional. And then some black pepper. Everything in terms of seasoning and taste, always to taste. Pinch of sugar, okay, again, to taste, but I do highly recommend you add it because things like soy and all of that really can be quite savory. And trust me, it makes a hell of a difference. Just trust me. So keep mixing, just keep mixing. And you just want to make sure everything is combined. Like if you find any, you know, clumps of rice, pat them joints down, you know, or whatever. Then taste for seasoning. Mine was perfect. And then I'm just going to add back in those spring onions I saved and give it a nice mix. And there you have it, guys. So easy. I don't even feel like this is worth the recipe because it's so simple. But I just wanted to show you guys something you can make if you're struggling, you have a bit of rice left. Here it is, okay? Enjoy this on its own, or have it on the side with some rice. I mean some chicken, wings, ribs, whatever. And enjoy. Make sure you subscribe, okay? I'm gonna have a real cool recipe coming up. So see ya.